All right, welcome back to the good show. Don't know where Semmler just walked off to, but we decided we have Mike. First thing, we're going to go non-WCS and we're going to go WCS. First up is Idra's contract with Evil Geniuses is terminated.
Something's burning. Semmler, the house is on fire, I think.
What's the burning?
That's outside the pot. Somebody throws papers in the pot.
Fucking. Someone put what?
In the pot, we have a cigarette pot? Or
Yeah.
somebody puts paper in.
Yeah, I saw that as well. I was like,
And then you just put your cigarette on top of the paper.
Pretty much.
yeah.
Let's burn the house.
Oh, guys, sometimes I just don't know. But anyway, yes. Starcraft stuff. Where are we starting with? What do we got?
Idra.
Oh, yeah,
Contract
Idra.
with
So,
Evil Geniuses
yeah.
was terminated.
This feels like ancient history now, you know? It's all about pizza talk and everything else. But yeah, Idra, he's done with EG. It's kind of weird, but it's kind of like, you know, he kind of shit on everybody and
Felt like it's just a matter of time. The whole thing felt like, I don't know, it was like him being himself, but it felt like he was just pushing to see how far he could go, because it felt like he...
Do you think he was pushing to see how far he could go? Because I think he just made a comment, didn't understand at all the gravity of saying, like, you guys are all fuckers and I get paid to treat you like dirt.
Yeah, but it's just like, you don't, I don't know, you don't say that sort of shit without realizing you're going to get in some fucking trouble for saying it. Like, him claiming ignorance...
But
on the
he
whole
only
thing.
he didn't get in trouble for ages. It's only after he rage quit out of WCS and people were like, oh, let's go hunting for random stuff.
Yeah.
Like, no one cared. Like, that comment didn't incite people. It was leaving a game that realistically was lost, and then...
I just feel like the whole
people-
thing to me, it feels like he's been acting this way for so long. It's kind of, it's not just to say like the cheesy, you know, like it's a cry for help, but it was like he kind of was looking for that change, and this
Yeah, it's
kind of just
kind of funny
happened
because-
along with that, because now he seems like he's in a much better mood. He's happy, like he's
Yeah.
got shit. It's change. It's something that he needed. I think he felt like he wasn't going anywhere with EG.
I feel like with some of these players...
No, I don't think it was EG. Sorry to interrupt. It's like, as far as I could tell from Idra, I was, you know, I really like Greg, by the way. He's actually a super nice guy.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
there's nothing wrong with him. I was actually I just felt like he didn't like Starcraft 2, competitive.
I know, but now he wants to
good
be...
with it.
it's weird. It's just...
But like, what you got to do after you quit esports? It's like you don't necessarily set yourself up amazingly for the real world.
He's going to turn into
Yeah,
Oh,
an
he's
esports figure.
yeah, but he hasn't done enough for his brand to do that, and EG haven't done enough for his brand to do that. It's not like a fatality where you're going to have him in like magazines and stuff.
Well, I
Even though he
mean-
has actually got mainstream publicity now in
Yeah.
newspapers for
Because
doing
of
this.
this, yeah.
But I was kind of disappointed he left, and that was his high point. I really felt he should have actually just gone to an event, and then when a fan pissed him off, just actually take a physical shit. On the fan, and then leave, because I'm really upset that didn't actually happen.
so the drama
so-
wasn't big enough for you, is that? Like, he only did it. He did a half good job. Well, I mean, he did that show with JP the next day after it was announced, and they did that half-an-hour interview where he was like, "What are you gonna do? What do you got planned?" And he's basically saying, as Trance was saying earlier, that he's gonna become a community figure and work on his own shows. He's gonna continue streaming, and he's already commentated the Shoutcraft with Total Biscuit, for example. So I mean, it's not
Well,
like
that's
doors of
commentating
sham
one day.
closed. Yeah, but it's still like it's not like doors of slam close on him either.
I think he should join EMG.
Yeah, I put money on him joining EMG. I think
he
that's
should
like a
join
done deal,
EMG,
man.
Do something that he does good in esports, not a show based around him doing a show, but actually either some talk shows with other people that organize it, some commentary if he still feels he enjoys the game enough, and take a break from just playing until he can still play and see if he actually enjoys it. Because I just felt that personally, I just felt that he didn't enjoy the game anywhere near as much as Bruno.
Yeah. And after doing StarCraft for so long, it's kind of just like you just keep going with it, especially when it's, bearing fruit. So, it's kind of like EG just, you can't say no, right? It's like, here's a contract offer. It's like, okay, well, I guess I'm going to keep doing this for now because even though maybe I don't love doing this, still keep doing it. And
Turns into a job. Yeah.
what I find kind of weird, though, is because seemed like for a while now. I mean, he even said when he talked to JP did his interview, he said like, yeah, beforehand I talked to the EG management, like he's going to become more of a commentator, but it didn't really seem to me like he was like anytime he commentated before, it was kind of like he just kind of showed up and commentated. He didn't really make efforts to improve himself, and so I'm just curious. I mean, there's been, I don't know. Like, what's he going to cast? What's he going to do?
I think he just needs to find something he enjoys doing for a change, and you'll see a much better Idra. And I also don't think the way he looked at the game was good, because a lot of people are like, sure, the game's never going to be balanced, because your fact is you're balancing 3 races, right? So there's no way of it being a balanced game. But he focused on it, like I felt he focused on it not being balanced and got pissed off at it, and then didn't perform well, as opposed to just accepting the game's going to be pretty shitty sometimes in terms of balance and play through it and try and get the best out of the situation, knowing that everyone else is in the same pool as you. But I felt his mentality towards the game was pretty horrific in terms of to make him a good player.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it always felt like he kind of felt entitled to win because he had so much history and he was generally mechanically better. And so when you go into a mindset of like, hey, I should win this game, and then you don't, you get even more mad. And I don't know. I mean, he gets mad when he plays games. Kind of people are like that. I know Semmler does that. Fuck, I live beside when you fucking yell so much. Like, man, dude, you can be a loud guy when you lose a video game, Semmler.
Fucking wall hackers in CS, man. Some bullshit.
There you go. But it'll be interesting to see what he does. I really think he's going to EMG. Like, he made it really sound like that with his the interview with JP, right? And I mean, it makes sense for him to go and basically start doing meta with Artosis, right? Like, yeah. I mean, that'll be interesting too, because that's just to show like that's not meant to be about drama. That's specifically about the game, and I don't know. It'll be interesting. The other interesting thing is, EG's gonna have a lot of free budget, right? Like, they don't have his contract to pay, even though they're gonna be like paying his rent for the rest of the year, which is really good.
Really
EG.
nice for him, yeah.
Especially and then Stefano says he's quitting too, which maybe that's just like a brilliant negotiating tactic for him, to get that contract even bigger.
No, well, Stefano's always been felt like he wanted to go.
No,
I think
this is real,
and he's actually taken his money that he's earned and put it into property.
Yeah, he's a smart guy.
Yeah.
But those 2 players, if those contracts, I mean, obviously Idra's one is done, and then if Stefano doesn't get renewed, it's going to be a lot of money.
The next news.
Yeah.
What's the next news?
No, that is, we were going to talk about Stefano next. But yeah, this is kind of like the double hammer blow to EG, just because they're losing 2 major draws for them as far as streaming is concerned. Idra and Stefano. Every time Stefano does anything, everybody's all over it. So it's just like they're gonna have to dig deep to find something to replace him with.
Yeah, well, I mean, EG of course could keep paying their players ridiculous salaries, or they could just fire Huck and actually start the EG Academy, where people probably wouldn't lose to 15, 14-year-olds. That would be a decent idea.
So getting off EG now, DreamHack Summer signups have started. And so the one thing that I added to this was actually that there's no announcements as to the format. There's a vague description saying that the 2 best players are going to get out of the groups, but it's always something that we were wondering.
I don't think it says the 2 best players will get out of the group.
Or not the 2 best. The two competitors will move on to the second group stage, for example. But it's just like we don't know if they're going to decide to change it up from the round robin that we've had for ages now. What's going on?
It's turning into you, Jesus Christ.
I'm reading chat.
And this is what happens when you sit in that chair.
Made a funny
I
joke.
will disable that PC for the good show.
You should just unplug the screen.
They love me.
Right. But yeah, DreamHack Summer signups started, so cool deal. No invited players yet or anything like that. So we'll see where that goes. Next up is that Team Liquid map contest finalists have been announced.
Yeah, this is really
Mike,
good.
this is actually something that you really like quite a bit.
Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed. There's no fucking 3-player map, man. I'm disappointed. I mean, it's like really hard to make a 3-player map, but no one did it, so I'm a little bit sad. But I'll still take any of these other than the crappy maps that Blizzard keeps putting into their ladder map pool. So, yeah, and a lot of these are quite unique. There's like some low ground mains. There's some in-base expansions. There's a whole bunch of stuff. And so I think if this goes over well, I mean, it's really dumb what Blizzard does, because there's like a ton of people who just want their maps to get played, right? And they're a million times better at making maps than Blizzard. So, if Blizzard would just take better advantage of, this resource that is, of course, the community, which is pretty awesome, you could have better maps. So I think they're slowly starting to get it. So we'll see. This should be good. It's going to be hard because Team Liquid, in the past, what they've done is they've run tournaments with these maps, and people play on them, and it's been kind of a big thing. But now there's so much WCS happening, it's going to be, not too big of a draw. Seeing some tournaments. And then there's also the team maps, which is really good because some of these maps that are just like in the team pool, it's like I think it kind of killed like the 4v4 and stuff. I don't know. I don't play 4v4, so I have no idea. Mm-hmm. At least not often.
People are asking why you want a free player map.
Because it's like really good, man. It's just like, why do you want not a 3-player map?
Why is it good?
Because it's cool, okay? It's just like, it's better because, okay, first off, on a map like Whirlwind, all right? If you just go the wrong way on Whirlwind, you go north, and you're like, oh, fuck, he's not there. And then you go next, and it's like, oh, fuck, he's not there. And then you finally get to him, and then all of a sudden he did, like, Command Center first, Barracks Command Center. You're like, oh, fuck, I, played a conservative Protoss build. And then you're just kind of
So it's
way
not
behind.
really free player map. You're asking for a free spawn point map.
Yeah, but...
I got confused. I thought you wanted to play like
You
versus some dude.
you thought I meant a 1v1 map.
Yeah, free for all.
Like,
Well, that's what free player is, Mike. You fucking idiot. Free spawn point map. A map with free spawns. That's what you want.
All right, that's the Team Liquid map contest part of the show. Next.
2 player changes to announce. Targa has been signed to Team Dignitas, as well as Dragon has joined Clarity
I don't
Gaming.
fucking know.
Stop looking at chat, James.
So-
Guy.
It's really fun.
So Targa, yeah, he's joined Team Dignitas. That's
Yeah,
great for them.
yeah.
It's actually going to be a good addition to their roster, and we can go ahead and bring that up real quick.
I feel like
Somebody,
Dignitas
take a
still
look.
needs something a little more, Like,
Well, I mean, they've got Bling, Dream, Orc, Targa.
I haven't
and
seen
Teflon.
Dream do anything. Like,
No.
I don't know. I mean, Tifol has been playing WCS. I think, Bling is in Challenger League too. I think just lost to Cass. It's a solid lineup. It's so small. It's just, I don't know. When I compare this lineup to the Dignitas I knew years and years ago, when they had Select and when Show was playing well and he was on there, it's a much stronger squad. Johnny Rico actually joined a new team as well.
Oh, which one?
It's like O Gaming, I think.
Oh, cool.
A couple other players on there.
I
I,
should've
there's
said-
I didn't even
3
see the
players, I think,
announcement,
that
so I
just
don't.
joined.
What?
There's 3 players that joined.
Yeah,
Gaming.
so someone tweeted at us, and that's the only reason I know.
What team did he join, Mike?
Like O Gaming or
Oh,
something.
really?
Do
Oh, do you get to see their O faces?
that attention span, guys. We just hit the 2-hour mark, and it's gone. It's done
It's
for.
done.
Need,
That's it. All right, GOM TV released a statement on game speed issue during life versus parting.
I heard they announced him at 800 hours. Or was it?
So, okay.
Yeah, for anyone who is unaware, one of the games between life and parting, they actually played on just fast instead of faster. Because one of the GOM TV observers hit the minus button by mistake. And so, yeah.
You realized, or?
No one realized until like, a week after or something. So they kind of implemented like, well, they didn't implement anything. They just kind of said, yeah, guys, sorry about that. We apologize to the players and the teams, and the result's going to stand. So
Yeah.
it's a little bit unfortunate.
It's a little bit late to really act on it either. But there you go. Apparently, we sincerely apologize to all the fans. And, yeah.
It made me wonder if I've ever done that, because
Yeah, I remember you tweeting about that.
I was like, I've probably done that. I don't know. Like, why the fuck would you put in, like, you can slow down a game? Like, what was the developer thinking when they did that? I don't know why that feature would be in the game. To be able to slow it down in the middle of the game.
So you can get those slow-mo action
But I don't think
shots.
I've ever done it. I don't know. I don't do those gimmicky zoom-ins as much as the Korean observers, so
Oh, so clearly.
I don't know. A little bit
Alright.
safer.
Well, let's go ahead and just keep it moving here. MLG has yet to release any details pertaining to MLG Anaheim. Also, no details from Blizzard still on the WCS Grand Slam of Season 1.
And
So
that's
we're
in...
pretty much in the dark here on
yeah,
two
it's
of the
kinda
biggest events that we have to look forward to in the next couple months.
I'm really interested to see how the Grand Slam goes because Korea has never done like a weekend tournament where it's like more than 2 players on the finals, like, so this is going to be their very first time ever doing anything like that. I mean, I guess in theory you can say GSL or Golem TV produced IPL, and that was that. So it's going to be interesting. It'll be interesting, like, what kind of turnout they get, if, like, because, in the past it's been like, they have their K-pop opening act, and then you have a little ceremony, then the games, and that's it. And it's like a couple hours. It's not, sitting in some convention center full of sweaty nerds for 12 hours. So it'll be interesting. Yeah.
And let's see, moving on. Starcraft America finals are actually playing out, I think, today.
Yeah, no, it's actually going on right now. And I don't know if you guys are watching, but it's interesting because Total Biscuit said that he would have 50,000 people for this grand finals.
How many?
He said 50, yeah.
And
right now he's got 14, so...
It just started, so.
Well, I think it's in game 3.
Game 3 of the finals.
Oh, something weird's going on their stream right now. That's odd. It's like showing the FPS. Yeah, so I don't think he's going to get 50K, which is too bad. I mean, I'd say the tournament's a big success, but, I mean... Right now is a really fucking bad time to have your finals. I mean, the thing is they're playing it out live at the MLG studio, which is pretty awesome. But then it's like, well, it's 10 p.m. here, which means it's 4 p.m. there, which means on the Pacific it's 1 p.m.
Yeah.
So to have the Shellcraft America finals during European prime time and America shit time is weird. I mean, I can see why they did it, obviously, because they have a, WCS group to do after this. But, it's a little bit unfortunate.
Well, it's just it seems a bit of a shame. I think the point you're trying to get to is this is the tournament for Americans to.
But
see
I mean,
Americans
10K
play
people watching. That's that's what
Da-da-da.
German EPS gets. That's what it's state versus.
We can't
Kane.
say it's a failure. We're really just saying it was a failure reaching his goal.
Yeah, well, the thing is, they got 40K on day 1, right? Which
Well, it was kind of the perfect storm of
kind of-
circumstance there too, wasn't it?
yeah, and I think they had like 25K when Idra was casting, so had to pull then.
But yeah, I mean, so far so good for them. Hopefully, it wraps up smoothly. Who's playing? Just so
It's state versus Kane.
all right. And who would you say comes out ahead in that?
Honestly,
State.
no.
You're just throwing out the only name you know.
Kane is Kane's a really, really good player. Like, he's a very good player. So I think he's a favorite. I mean, it's game. I can't read this god awful overlay he's using, but it's 0-2, I think. So Kane is very close to winning. But Kane's just a very good Zerg player. I mean, it's kind of the. I remember before you said you made your little EG Academy joke, right? But it's like there are a lot of these good younger players in the States. Like these 15-year-old kids.
Wasn't a joke.
Like, well, I know, but it was a little bit of a jab, maybe.
Flippantly made. Yeah.
Does this thing give you fire hack?
I mean, you could bring on basically 8 or more people and actually pay them better than what any other organization pays them. And then, I mean...
And just think how many, headsets. Like, if you've got 8 heads compared to 1 head,
This is true.
that's a lot more headsets you could get out there on stream.
Yeah.
I mean, you could probably go to Astro and be like, if you want to pay a little bit extra, I mean, they'll wear them in the street. I mean, everywhere. Yeah.
Speaking of that, SteelSeries are gonna be happy. Randomly walking in the street, some guy was wearing some Siberias. I was just like, but he was like 50 years old.
I've seen.
Couldn't
I've never
possibly
seen
do
a
that.
50-year-old.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think. Oh jeez, fuck trance. What the hell?
You broke it.
You broke the fucking headset.
Oh, jeez.
That was your prized headset too, man. You're gonna have to go with the little one now. You're gonna have to use Bruno's headset.
That one's really shit. That one's always breaking on me as well.
Never guys do it, man.
We need to buy new ones, but the thing is, they stopped selling those at the shop we got them at.
I know what I'm about.
All right, I'm just gonna kind of hold
Are
it
you really
here.
gonna do it like that?
No, I'm not putting that fucking thing on. Fuck you, trance.
If only we had Astro headsets.
Clearly. None of this would
Astro,
ever
are you
happen.
listening?
It's probably never happened.
Aye.
Astro headsets wouldn't break.
Let's go ahead and take a look at the results real quick from WCS, seeing as how the North American groups are going to continue later on after the Shellcraft finals. But we can go ahead and take a look at the results for the European Premier League that's ongoing right now. The round of 16 has wrapped up, so we actually have the brackets here for the round of 8. They're going to be kicking off at the end of this week, I believe.
Are you not happy, trance? Should I put this shit one on?
No, we can just screw it in.
No, I can't screw it in.
No, only Trance knows how to screw it in.
No, look,
I
'cause-
can't.
Look. Wait, put me on camera, you asshole.
No reason to call
All
them
right, you
names,
see why I
man.
can't screw it in because how does this screw around when there's tape here? There's tape, so I can't.
You want me to do it?
Yeah, Trans can do it. Trust me, he can do it. Trans
This sounds
can
like
fix
some
this.
blacksmith puzzle or some shit.
I
It's
can't
like you gotta
fix
know
it.
the
Every
trick.
time it does it to me, I'm just like, Trans, I need my diaper changed.
Challenge
Watch
accepted.
this. Watch out like that. Look. Dun, 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 dun. It's like there was this really cool show in England where people had to do like puzzles and stuff. It wasn't Crystal Maze. It wasn't that one. That was also good. Crystal Maze. You ever watched? No.
No.
Okay, never mind.
Not a Brit.
There was something with Q. And they had to land an aeroplane at the end of it.
Just show it off.
Yeah.
Wait, how do you do it? You bent the whole thing. Look how bent this is.
No, you
now.
can rearrange that. That's fine.
I'm gonna take a fool with the bent mic. All right. Give me that.
Nothing's right. Nothing's
There
good
was
enough for
Crystal
Mike.
Maze, but what was the one where you had to land an aeroplane? Krypton Factor. Fuck yeah. It's like Krypton Factor. Well done, Trans. You'd be awesome on Krypton Factor.
All right, let's take a look at the round of 8 brackets.
Krypton Factor was awesome.
WCSU, Premier League, Happy Damaga, TLO, MVP, Lucifron, 4GG, and Stefano going up against Baby Knight. TLO and MVP is actually one of the matches that's gotten a lot of hype. TLO actually saying that he's happy that he got this. That he's
Well, I mean,
looking forward to facing
TLO
off
only
against
played
MVP.
Terrans in his group, right? So to just get another Terran is really good for him. Obviously, MVP maybe is not the Terran you want, but TLO seems happy. So, I mean, I think all these matches are really good and interesting, and this nice mix of matchups. It's only one Protoss, but, you know, that's fine.
Only 2 Koreans?
Yeah, well, I mean, there was only
What,
3
4?
Koreans and...
4.
Who?
MC was
MC,
there.
MVP,
No, MC's
Shuttle.
in Challenger League.
Oh, okay.
Ah.
Remember? He was in...
MVP, Shuttle, 4GG, and
I don't
wasn't there a 4?
remember. I just remember.
Oh yeah,
seeing-
Shuttle, and I think there might have been another one on top of that.
Fuck it,
Oh wait,
whatever.
no, yeah, because there's a group with Trans. Could you just fucking? Oh wait, could you just scroll up, please? Not
That's-
you, Trans.
that's-
It's not you. But the group with TLO and
MMA.
yeah,
That was it.
yeah,
It's poor MMA. We can't even. He goes down the bottom.
yeah,
of his
exactly.
group.
No, he's officially washed up. I think, unfortunately, it's
All right.
cursed by Jessica forever.
So, who would you say, or what's the match that you're looking forward to the most out of this group? Is it TLO MVP or is it somebody else? Well, you fiddle with your fucking mic.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not the kind of person who's just like, oh, I want to see this much so bad. I mean, I'm looking forward to, like, innovation in the GSL finals, you know? But here, I'm just kind of just in general, they should be good. So, yeah, just overall. And, I mean, I think the offline production ESL has done has been great. You know, I think they kind of... you know, had a lot of flack from the community because everyone, you know, so into DreamHack, and DreamHack did so good for WCS last year that, you know, ESL knew that they had to do a really good job here, and
Yep.
I think they did a really good job. And the finals, I think, you know, the weekend finals, I think it's going to be really good. So
Yeah, ESL have been doing great.
yeah, it's just a show that's nice to watch, and that's why it's like what games I find those series all to be well rounded, and the show is well rounded. So it's just kind of a nice thing to put on and watch.
Be
It's good.
interesting to see how MLG follow ESL's performance.
No, well, I mean, they've started their round of
They
16,
started
right?
it,
Did
yeah.
you not watch it?
I haven't been able to watch shit,
They
man. I've been doing
started
Dota
last night,
2.
No, well, it started last night.
Yeah,
so
well, I
that's-
fell asleep pretty damn early.
Yeah.
I was in bed.
But spoiler alert, it
Wasn't quite
Yeah.
there.
hasn't. I didn't feel it. I felt pretty let down. I mean, it was basically the round of 32 with the players there. It felt like, Axel Toss was like opens the show. He's standing there, hey guys, welcome, blah blah blah, and then break. He runs back to the caster desk, and then after games he does an interview, and I mean it's really hard to follow up what ESL did because I mean I've been to their office. I think they could have. I mean it's a real bitch if they were to try and have like 15 people come and watch those games live because having the live audience I feel makes a
Does
big
make a big
difference,
difference,
even if
yeah.
like some of the audience is kind of acting a little bit cringe, but
Well, maybe
it's good.
MLG should not rent an office in like a big tower in the middle of Manhattan and actually move somewhere which is cheaper and can host a live audience with higher ceilings. So you can have a nice jib
Yeah.
cam and then you'd be able to fit it in more, rather than just paying a stupid amount on rent just to impress people to come
But that
to
office, man, it's so impressive, dude. Come
Seriously,
on.
man.
So-
Contracts
so-
are signed.
Skyline.
Yeah.
Come on,
Say,
man.
hey, Xbox, come meet us. We're MLG. Well, where's your office? Downtown Manhattan, baby. Just maybe. Might be a good idea.
Yeah, and I mean they rented out a 6-bedroom apartment that's like right by one of those nice skyscrapers, like the big one, I think. Maybe the
big
Empire
one?
State Building.
Which big one?
I don't know. It's one of the ones with the name that people know. I just
The
can't remember what
Chrysler,
one it is.
The Chrysler,
So
the Empire.
I just feel like, I mean, I know Total Biscuit is there now doing the Choutcraft, so he's going to be helping out, I think, with the
That's
rest of the round
actually
of
one
16.
thing that could be pretty cool tonight. They're supposed to try the tri-casting, aren't they? And casting team.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
So,
Well, I mean, they already did that, but it was via Skype during
that's the thing.
qualifiers.
That now we're actually gonna have like the 3 white boys sitting.
I
there.
just think they really needed to like bring in a host to like, so it's not just like, here's a guy at the casting desk, here's a guy because even with the offline part of what ESL did, it was like, we're going to interview Apollo at the start, he's going to cast all the games, and then he's going to also do analysis. And I think Apollo did a good job, but it's like, Apollo's fucking everywhere on that broadcast, and I think they may have intended to bring like some different pros in to do the weatherman stuff, but it didn't happen, or I don't know. But it's like just having one person kind of everywhere like that. When you really want to make this a big thing, I just found what MLG didn't impress me all that much, and you know, I feel like they should have known that they really got to step it up because Europe has such a good, interesting player base where it's like it's very easy to talk to these players, it's very easy. And so I feel like MLG should have been like, okay, our weakness is that we have a lot of Koreans, and then we kind of have some random people, not random people, but like, you know, they're not the big names. The Koreans are not the big names. The Koreans are, frankly, mostly like the washed-up Koreans who went to foreign teams who just aren't as good and don't produce good games. So I was just kind of expecting
you just insulted an ST, man.
MLG. Yeah.
You
well,
willing to live with that?
He's washed up, man. Sorry, I was just like, I don't know what to tell you, dude. I mean, I know he's signed with EMG now, so he's, you know, get some good
He's going to be getting that
sponsorship
promotion.
deals.
All right, we can take a look at the group real quick. The group that's going to be coming up tonight in NA. It's going to be the SDC, Crank, Moonglade, and Apocalypse.
I mean, it was pretty
I
sick.
like
Like
Moonglade.
Snoot did good, and you know, Moonglide's a good dude. It's good, but it's just like I don't know. This like what is? Look at all these Korean names. It's just like
Well, no, it's not as bad as
Meh.
Group D. I mean, it's not as bad as Group D.
yeah.
Like 4 Koreans in the North American.
So
There's at least 2 Koreans in each of these fucking groups.
How many Americans are left?
one. It's just
one.
Suppy.
Suppy.
What?
Suppy's holding the flag, man. He's holding the torch for the American pride.
One.
But I mean, like Snoot had a super impressive result, but
He did,
it's just kind of like, I don't know. This WCS America just isn't that. I mean, you know, it's on at a bedtime as well for us, so maybe that's. But I don't know. I just kind of expected MLG to kind of do something that felt a bit more like special, and this didn't really feel that special when I watched it. It just was like, oh, basically felt like an arena that was
Exactly.
almost less hype than an
Maybe
arena.
Blizzard aren't paying him enough.
That could be highly possible, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Who knows? I'd love to know how much they're paying him. That'd be a really interesting fact to know. So Sundance, if you're watching, just
Yeah, go ahead and tweet that out
DM
there.
me however much you're getting paid, and then I'll be able to give a better criticism of.
Yeah, we'll
Whether
be
or
able to
not-
consult for you better, Sundance.
Yeah.
We should have a look at your books. What did
True
you do
fact.
with that 62 million investment?
You got some Halo kids on Dr. Pepper bottles.
Fuck yeah. Dude, mainstream. All right, let's take a look at the Korean now, just to wrap up on NA, because, I mean, there is going to be the NA later, and it's going to be the second day of the thing, so maybe we're going to see a lot of changes come out of it.
Yeah, well, Total Biscuit. It'll be
Hope
interesting to
springs
see
eternal.
who is in what role as well. If it's going to be
Absolutely,
like
yeah.
Axel Toss doing interviews, and then Total Biscuit casting, or if it's because I don't think no offense to Total Biscuit, I think
Sir
he's not the
Scoops is
person.
back.
To,
Wait a second, what has he said?
Oh,
The
God.
ESL studio has a spec area that was paid for by LCS, though, not Blizzard. Actually, Sir Scoops.
oh, buddy! Oh, buddy!
Do you think LCS, do you think Riot are going to put money into anything else?
Different studios.
It's not the same studio. That studio is
Oh,
yeah, that's a different studio. Their LCS studio, I believe they only use for LCS, as far as I know. It's 100% not the LCS studio they're using. So
no, this is the same one that they use for the Dota 2 and for the CSGO. This
Not
is,
Dota.
Oh, they haven't done Dota yet, but,
But they
CSGO they use
actually
it there.
bought the studio and the equipment from the TV company that was called Giga,
Giga, yeah.
when they went under
Yeah, I remember.
and got a really good price on
That
lots
was
of
many years
equipment.
ago,
Yeah.
and they had to upgrade it up.
Yeah. But if they have the other studio that I'm thinking of, that was also the original ESL studio. And then there's a old Giga studio. So yeah,
They revamped that completely today.
but there we go. But yeah, no, it's yeah. But ESL they kind of like got a lot of good studio space through Giga TV going under a while ago. But at the same time, they had so much equipment. They had equipment for like 2 studios and were only using 1 a while ago when I was there. But we'll see.
All right, moving on. Last bit of WCS news to talk about is the round of 4 that's actually wrapping up now for the Korean, I guess, GSL Code S, whatever. So Innovation and Symbol is actually the one. I like how you were like, oh yeah, Innovation in the finals. You're just completely writing off Symbol.
It's just an example of a match I would look forward to. Innovation versus Solki. I mean, I think,
That would be.
I don't know. We'll see how Symbol does. I haven't been able to follow GSL as closely as I usually, just because we've been busy here. You know, I've been. What are you
Excuse me,
smiling about, Semmler? Look how
WCS.
happy he is.
Oh.
Premier League,
It's
Korea.
like-
It's not the GSL, Michael. You're not doing them any favors.
Oh, Mr. Che said he didn't like calling it Premier League, and you know
Mr.
he is
Che can go
he's the
fuck
leader.
himself.
Hey man, he's the leader. So, Mr. Che,
When Blizzard
we
give
wanna
you that
call it
much money, call it what the fuck. Blizzard, cool.
I don't know. I mean, like you said, maybe it's not actually that much money, man. Maybe Mango 6 is really
This is the true
giving them
powerhouse behind
billions
them.
of dollars, and Mango 6 maybe is like, yeah, we like the GSL name. Don't go WCS. So I don't know.
Okay.
All right, Innovation Symbol. You think Symbol's gonna get the stuffing kicked out of him?
I mean, Innovations just looked like the best player in the world, so we'll see. They should be pretty good games, hopefully, and
Then yeah, Innovation. He's had basically 1 Zerg. Now he's gonna have a second, and then potentially a third. He's looking really good. But let me see. That pretty much wraps up our StarCraft 2 news.
How did you feel about your StarCraft segment, Mike? Was it okay?
I don't know. I felt like you paid no attention. Your detention span just completely ran out.
Should we do it again?
Yeah, let's start from the top, guys.
Okay, so
I don't know. I'm
fucks
used to
that I
having
give
Apollo here as
right
well,
now.
so there's a little bit more back and forth generally, right? But Apollo
Yeah.
is off
there's some truth.
in the land of the Germans, so he's not here.
Germans.
I thought it was really good. I enjoyed listening to it, Mike.
I don't know. I honestly, I felt like it was just like me
Why does it sound
rambling pretty incoherently, and
Yeah,
you know.
sounds like Hal 9000. Like you sound like Hal 9000. You know.
And then every now and then you'd like kind of say something that I said to you like before the show, and you know, try and act smart with it, and you know, so I didn't have anything like that good to say because you just take.
Mike has herpes.
All right,
Jesus.
let's go ahead. And before this devolves into
I don't have
complete
herpes.
chaos, just putting that out there. Sorry, mate. I don't believe that. We're
Wait,
gonna
some
need
guy
proof.
said, did they talk about NASL? Can we talk about NASL?
What about them?
I
tearing down the studio?
I said this to you before. I wanted to do a pulse check segment where we like, how do you guys feel about the current pulse of NASL? Is
I
NASL
just
on
felt
life
that that was
support?
unnecessarily cruel.
Is NASL?
But you go ahead. What do you think, Mike? Since you seem to relish this segment so much. Yeah,
I don't know, man.
The pain,
I don't know,
their
bro.
tears, they feed you.
I don't know, man.
I don't know, but I just
don't
saw.
know.
I don't know. I saw a picture earlier where they. It was I think Barbie. She tweeted a picture of them tearing apart their studio. Like
That was just the branding. It looked like just the branding of it.
no,
It
was-
needs
they took
more
the desk out
camo,
of the
guys. We
fucking
need
studio.
camo, nettings,
I don't know what the fuck they're doing.
tank
but
shells. I want to see Mr. Bitter and Clutch casting with like a big tank shell on the desk, you know? Because that would look cool. But I think they're just gonna do some World of Tanks thing.
Yeah, what do you think, Jeff? You got any opinion?
I
on
don't
the
think
Pulse?
they'll be doing anything with something like these. I'll tell you that much.
Not much.
All right, so nothing.
So the pulse is, well, the pulse is dead, but the
So,
pulse
no,
check.
we're gonna say the pulse.
There's
is
a
threatening.
there's a faint pulse currently in a coma. We hope NASL comes out of the coma.
There you go. And on that note,
Communities behind NASL. That's one thing that's always
But-
been relevant to me. It's like people want NASL to do something cool with StarCraft because they were born out of StarCraft and the community.
But they're not going to do anything cool with StarCraft now. It's done.
Yeah.
So, Like I think if they run World of Tanks, I mean, how does that go? Do you think NASL fans will go and watch NASL do World of Tanks?
To watch. I'm not saying to play, but just to watch.
So Trans says no.
Tran says it's a bad game to watch, not to play. Have you played it?
No.
Oh, so you just don't know on that aspect. Yeah.
But watching, everybody says it's boring as fuck.
Well, Robert Olin
who's
told me it's actually a
commentating
fun
that
game to
shit?
play,
Who's
so it's
actually
probably
commentating
pretty
that?
bad to play.
Mike, who's actually commentating that for them?
What the fuck? I don't. They haven't even said they're doing World of Tanks at all. So how the hell would anyone
I don't
know?
I mean, I'm seeing Clutch like
Hey,
tweeting about it
well,
all
okay.
the time,
Clutch
shit
has
like
been
that.
doing his whole up to speed segments on World of Tanks. Like
Yeah.
Clutch saw this coming. Like he saw that WCNS win. And he was like, okay, man. And so I don't know, man. I'm gonna start doing up to speed on World of Tanks and and he was casting like the Alienware, whatever World of Tanks thing. So I mean, I think it's pretty clear that Clutch has no problem doing some World of Tanks content. And then I don't know. I think it's pretty clear that Rotterdam will absolutely not. As much as I would personally, I think Rotterdam casting World of Tanks, I'd be into that.
It's just the accent. But someone's got a good idea for a spin-off. They could potentially bring back Laura and Elise for an adult spin-off show called World of Spanks.
What is that going to be streamed?
Think of the viewership.
Not on Twitch, mate.
They're gonna be sitting on the love sacks, man.
You don't think Twitch could open up a premium adult esports
No,
section?
We give all that market to RedTube. And
You know, you got Twitch Turbo, and then you got, you know, something that's not Twitch Turbo that is even more expensive. That has the,
Oh man.
what do you call a,
I think the current NASL viewers would actually appreciate that show. It would be more in their direction of what they were watching in the first place or why they were watching. But yeah.
Alright. So I think we should go ahead and actually just let's just pass on to
Maybe
some
Scoots
of the
would
other
finally come back into
topics.
esports if there was an opportunity.
Scoots produced the fuck out of that?
Scoots would be all
You produced
over
the
it.
shit out of that.
Yeah, trans is leaving the good student.
I'm fucking going inside.
I'm at a loss. Counter-Strike Global Offensive news this week. We're going to wrap up StarCraft 2. I think that's pretty much it. We've just about said everything that needs to be said. And Mike, I'm glad that you're happy with your segment, despite the fact that James
It's kind of crappy, but whatever.
doesn't. Yeah, what are you going to do? I put so much work into that segment, too. All right, whatever. Counter-Strike Global Offensive 10 beats ESC Gaming and wins Tech Lab Cups, gets 3.5K and a DreamHack Summer invite. And speaking of DreamHack, the invites have actually been revealed for DreamHack Summer. And we talked about this a bit last week with how they were changing up the group format. They're actually going to be running the tournament in a GSL style format. So
Dual tournament.
Right, exactly. And so now we actually have a bit more of an idea of who's actually going to be competing in the tournament as the teams are starting to get filled out here. So we still have, some teams that haven't been invited. Obviously, NIP is going to be there, Curse, CSC, Fnatic, Copenhagen Wolves. But then we've also had some of the online qualifiers and everything else that are ongoing. So tournament's starting to flesh out. We still have pretty much a month, give or take 3 weeks, until the actual event happens. So we'll see who else can attend or qualifies to attend. But, CSGO, anything to be said? No? Yes, no, maybe so? No. Okay. Moving on.
No.
Yeah, the Raid Call EMS 1 summer has started as well. So, let's see. The first cup went to Copenhagen Wolves. Second cup played today. Notable, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so bring that up real quick.
Yeah, we should bring that up. Even though the intro was great.
Yeah, it's just like a bunch. I don't know who did that. It was just like a bunch of random fucking shit there. Okay, so whatever. Point being,
Wait.
What is this?
The EMS.
ESS. ESL.
EMS.
EMS.
The EMS
1.
Summer. Season.
Summer.
It's a raid called
Season.
ESL EMS 1 Summer. Fully
RC.
politically correct. No, that's
Boom.
the game. Sure.
The
Trace
raid
is on
call
top of it.
ESL.
The next
EMS
show,
Summer.
which is cool, the next show is in 20 hours, 30 minutes, and 56 seconds. 39 days until the finals. The spotlight team of the day is Team LDLC. So that's pretty cool. We have a link
Congrats
to
to
their, we have a
them.
link to their page.
Click it. I want to see what it means.
Just brings us here. So we can see their profile. I have no idea who's on this team. There's a couple videos here, though.
It's a ghost team.
And their matches have been all right.
There's been matches.
There's been matches. There's
Quite
been
a
things.
cool website, though.
I like this, though. The
For
fact that you
ESL?
can get all their social media there. The team sheets. So maybe we'll actually find the players here. Members right there.
Yeah, you get a little. They used to do this cool thing at ESL. They probably still do. You know, see that little medal in the middle of the screen there? Go down. There's like a medal. Go down. See it? See it? There. You can go to like ESL events and you have like you can log in on the computer and then you get like a medal for being somewhere on your account. I like that. Just thought I'd give you that as a bit of
Little
an insight.
achievement, yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Noted.
Oh, this is cool. Whatever. The main site is csgo.raidcall ems1.com. So if you want to go ahead and keep on top of everything that's happening here, we can actually come back here and take a look real quick. Seeing as how we have a little bit of a timeline here for when things are actually going to be happening. So this is the second cup that's going on right now.
What are the fans going to be playing again in the studio? Do you know?
Most likely. I can't imagine.
I mean, if you got a studio, you can get players
Exactly.
there. Use it, man.
Exactly.
It's a fucking great asset to have that ESL have.
But so far, the rankings, Copenhagen Wolves sitting at the top, LDLC, and NIP actually sitting in third. So that's interesting. But there you have it so far for what's going on. And I believe that just about wraps it up. That just about wraps up the CS:GO news for the week.
How did you feel about your CS:GO segment?
A little weak, a little light. I put more work into Starcraft and Dota, to be honest.
Yeah, it's alright. I'm impressed we actually did a show after all the work we did last week.
Yeah.
But,
Well, I can't say.
you
but
weren't
I can't
working.
say anything. I can't say anything about you guys.
Well, I'm doing
You guys
great.
did a
man.
fuck ton of work. I did other shit, man. I did the interviews with the pandas and all that. Wasn't that before?
Yeah, that was like.
Time is like.
But
just
you
so
went there when
fluid
they were
here.
playing and cheered them on from
I did,
behind.
man. I did.
Didn't help.
Helped in the IC Cup, but in Mao's.
Wait. If
No,
you
no.
take credit for when it helps, then you have to take blame for when they lost.
And
so-
I do. But
Oh,
I did.
okay,
Well,
well.
I mean, I did the same. I did the same for both. I gave them the hype speech, the pep talk, everything, fucking shoulder massages, whole 9 yards, man.
Oh, God.
No, nothing was spared, and
Nothing was spared.
yeah, nothing, nothing. But it was brutal. It was brutal. It just it was really weird. It was like watching a different team compete. You had one team that destroyed their opponents confidently and just moved together like a team, communicated like a team, worked together like a team, and then they played against Maus, and it was like night and day. And no matter how much I shouted or tried to talk to them or tried to get them to communicate and everything, nothing changed. So it was a brutal experience. So, but that was what was like standing behind the pandas when they were playing. It was just like fuck.
Is that allowed?
It's fucking painful. Oh, I wasn't giving them any information because I was thinking about that. Like I can't be telling them, oh, check there for a award or anything like that. But
Why didn't you, man?
I shouldn't have.
I don't think
I
it
didn't
mattered.
feel right, man. It wasn't honorable. Can't be giving them unfair advantages.
You should have sat behind select and been like, okay, now go forward. Okay, hit that creep. No, last hit it. Okay, now back a little bit. Good. Okay, go. Okay, this spell you got reverse polarity. You want to use it in team fights. Okay, so could have won in the tournament, Sam.
No, select is definitely not the reason why they lost or why that team failed or anything. So anybody thinking or hyping or jumping on the train with James, thinking that they're going to bash select and say select is the reason why they lost and blah blah blah. You're just going along with the rest of it because that was not the reason why they failed.
Nah.
They didn't fail. They gave it their best, and it just wasn't meant to be. Okay, Semmler.
There you go.
It just wasn't enough.
There you have it.
At what cost?
They're not playing well as a team.
All right,
As-
moving on.
It's not
Moving on.
acceptable.
Moving on, we have some league news that we're going to touch on real quick. This is going to be brief. Just Team Dignitas have signed a new UK LoL team actually to compete locally and to try and get into the LCSEU.
Wait,
So
didn't they?
They got rid of their shitty B team, and now
the
they got
B
a new
team,
shitty
yeah,
B team.
now they have a UK
shitty
team.
B team.
Now they have a UK team, yeah.
Another
That's
shitty
going to be
We'll see, man.
okay. Yeah, so another shitty B team if you want to say that, Trans. But they're building out. They continue to actually grab LoL teams. So something is working. I mean, there's value there for Odie if he
Well, they
continues
have-
to get these.
They have their
Teams.
international team, and they're a UK-based company, so sponsors do want them to have UK.
Yeah, and it's good to
players,
support
so
the
it's
local
fine.
scene. So I mean, it's
I mean,
more of
it's- I mean, it's better than signing Huck to EG.
You really got it hard on Proc today.
No, I don't know. Huck's fine. Just an example. Could have used anybody.
It's like, fight me Adebisi, whatever your name is. Spell that bit.
Someone wants
Adebisi
to
was a
fight,
skill.
Mike.
I mean, Odie was a skill, man.
Well, we were talking about LoL and having problems with other events, etc. earlier. DreamHack have actually announced their LoL championship. and it's going to be happening here at DreamHack Summer. So 8 teams in the main tournament with $30,000 in prizes. $30,000 in
Ooh,
prizes.
there's a stage dedicated to 1,200 fans.
So probably they're taking out the Extreme Arena again for their tournament.
No,
Imagine.
No.
Oh,
No.
wait. 1,200 fans. Are they doing it in the cinema room?
That's the thing. So they're not.
Okay.
Oh, they're actually building one. No, okay. So whatever. Point being, they're gonna have their little party again, like last time, where they actually rented out the Dream Arena Extreme just for their tournament. So we'll see what they have in store for us this time around. But League will definitely be at DreamHack. So if that's your game, if you subscribe to that,
That's good.
you're gonna be excited about it because it's gonna be good.
I like a good show you can boo at.
There you go. And what else?
Pantomime.
Oh, yes, and also the LCS promotion series have been completed. For Europe, the Dragonborns, Giants, and AAA lose status or have dropped down. As LCS teams, MYM, ATN, and Sinners Never Sleep move up. In North America, Cull and Marn. Fucking Marn, man. Mega Zero, he's out. So
See, this is the interesting part to me because it's like these teams are now kind of fucked for a while, right?
Absolutely.
Like
They're
you go from
completely
being
fucked.
like a salaried pro
I
gamer
actually watched...
with like a house with
Yeah.
like I think a lot of these teams were like renting houses and shit. Now it's like, oh, we got a year-long lease and fuck.
No. Well, I think the Riot is taking care of the housing for them because I watched some of the interviews afterwards with Marn because Mega Zero is a BLC boy and I wanted to keep track of him. And I'm so like, what, they're now in this position where it's like, and Marn also wrote that blog saying that, this is basically it. If we can't compete in LCS, we can't keep the team together and they can't hold on to the house. They're probably going to get moved out of the house by the end of the month so that the new teams can start moving in. No?
That's what Odie says. No, they're not. Not all of it.
Not all of it. Okay.
Wait,
so
not all of what?
we don't have like
paying
all
for the
information
housing
there,
or paying
but
for
The
the
housing, I guess.
yeah. But as far as like if you're in LCS or not, if you're not, you're basically fucked. Like
I mean, to
Marn
me,
are gonna
like,
dissolve.
I mean, I don't watch League of Legends, but those matches would be so interesting because there's so much on the line. Whereas, like, there's all these other LCS matches where it's just like they're just playing, and then then like the spring finals happened, and they didn't even say the prize pool until the event was happening. It's like, oh, $50,000 for the winner, blah blah blah, and like all that is one thing. But then you've got teams that are like, fighting to keep their status as a team, basically. Because if you fall out of this, then like.
That's
There's, what do? You go to like, maybe
Papa John's.
DreamHack, I guess.
Yeah.
Papa John's and get a job.
Well, there's other options for like the high profile members of the teams, like Mega Zero getting offered as a sub.
Yeah, I mean,
and
and like, I think like CLG and TSM or one of those teams almost dropped out, and like that would have been. I wish it happened because I feel like it would have. I mean,
fucking nuts. Imagine.
people would have been like, "Oh my god," and I would have been like, "LOL," So it would have been entertaining, but it's still like. Because getting into LCS, it's like huge. Like you get into LCS, you've kind of you've made it until the next thing happens, right? So
you get a salary, you get a place to live, you're competing full time. Like that's it. It's the difference between also there not being many more LOL tournaments, not LOL tournaments that can pay you enough to do this full time like the LCS can.
We said before, but yeah, I mean MLG hasn't said a thing about doing any League of Legends. IPL's obviously.
Yeah, it's gone. So what else is there? It's really just like DreamHack and
maybe NASL starts running League of Legends.
They're in the same area, man. They're in Los Angeles. They can jump on those
happen.
teams. Quantic and Velocity actually move up to take those spots. So Complexity and Marn are out.
Is it
Quantic and
is it
Velocity
Quantic or is it?
But that's kind of the word around the campfire right now. Is there's some fun stuff going on with Quantic. Scoots may want to talk a bit more about that, seeing as how he's been tweeting about it relentlessly for the past few days. If he's still in the chat. But basically, there may be some fun things with the Quantic team and the contract, and they may not actually be Quantic anymore. And need to know more to actually be able to say it officially, though.
What's going on with our lighting in here, Trent? We've got lots of
I'm
shadows.
just sitting back.
I don't know, man.
Like,
All right, I think
you guys haven't.
I think it's
look how
time.
bright this is. The Sing poster just really bright, or is like, oh, you didn't put the light back properly, you fucking idiot.
Yeah, well, whatever. But trying to be a professional studio here with production value. We can't even set up our lights properly. Got shadows.
Did that
on
make
the
a
face.
difference, though? No, not really.
Are we done?
I think it's just the poster, too. The poster's got this,
I
like,
think we're gonna
light
have
on
to
it.
disband.
Yeah. All right, whatever, regardless. I think we can go ahead and wrap it up, yeah. So, essentially, Mike, thank you very much for sitting through the whole show.
You're welcome, Semmler. You're just really fucking welcome, right?
Good, I'm glad. Thank you, mate. Jay,
And I don't have herpes.
you don't.
I do,
Trance,
I bet you
thanks
do.
for handling the production, mate.
probably.
As always, you didn't rage tonight, so there's already a plus there. You're too tired to give a shit. All right. And Jay, thanks for waking up for the show, making it.
I've been awake for like all day.
Yeah.
Well, not all day, but I woke up
A
at,
lot
like,
of the day.
A lot of it.
like 1, 2.
It's good.
Yeah, I'm pretty tired already though. It's like that week killed me, and I want to go play some Dota 2, but then I'm like,
More Dota.
no, I like playing Dota. Trying to convince QPad to let me stand in.
No, James.
That's what Singh said. But then
Good.
I'm like, do you want your wages, motherfucker?
All of a sudden, we got serious.
Yeah.
Right.
So I don't know what I'll do with my life. Because I have nothing good going on right now.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you do when you got nothing good going on for you as like a player or commentator?
You know.
You
Hey.
want to do anything?
You apply for EG, right?
There you have it. Good night, everybody. Thanks all for watching. Thanks all for tuning in. And tomorrow, I believe, is going to be full of steam. Is it?
Mm.
Yeah. So
Are we doing full of Steam, James?
I know that Script's got games lined up, so yeah.
Yeah, no, some dude. We actually have a whole bunch of codes for one of the games.
We'll keep you guys in touch or up to date or whatever the fuck. It's going to be happening tomorrow night, same time, 8 p.m. here at this channel. And I believe we'll have Beat the Studio on Friday night as well.
Yeah.
So don't know which game it's going to be. Probably CSGO. Don't know. Make up for the
Okay.
fact that we did an atrocious job with their segment tonight. But guys, thanks all for watching. See you guys next time.
Yes.